Hi, I'm Paul,
I'm Tammy,
and
and we're
we're
inseparable.
inseparable. And we haven't done a video in a while, and we're going to get people up to date. So you went for a haircut. I got a haircut. You know who cuts my hair. And anything else?
Well, I went for an eye exam. That's our exciting life. And uh, finally tried crumbled cookie for the first time. They brought one to our area that opened, and Paul surprised me this morning with a
Right.
cookie in bed
Well,
after he went to get some blood work done. So,
I went to the hospital, and there wasn't a very long line. There was only like one person before me. But when I walked out, the waiting room was full, and it made me think, that this new crumble cookie, they had a big line the other day. I wonder if I go there, if they're open, there wouldn't be a line. And it was the same thing. I went there, one person in front of me, I'm going to surprise her. There isn't a whole lot that it's either flowers or this. And, but
hmm
you were talking about it online a lot and watching the video reviews about it and stuff like
yeah,
that. So,
some of the YouTubers I watched the reviews and
mm,
just tried the chocolate chip cookie for now. Some of them are have a lot of frosting and stuff. It might be a little too sweet, but I uh, I don't think this was overly sweet, and I don't tend to eat a lot of sugar, so I'm not sure why a lot of people think you know are kind of not liking the crumble cookie from what I heard. But I guess because they're pricey.
well, there was one that had like pink frosting all over it. I imagine that must have been pretty
Yeah.
um, sugary. But we really haven't been doing videos because we've pretty much exhausted everything.
hmm
We've exhausted cooking. We've exhausted age gap. We've exhausted um, ASD, Asperger's. And I've been still cutting out music videos more rapidly than I used to. They're over on the music channel that we have.
hmm
And Tammy came up with this idea, and I think it's a great idea that a lot of the videos that we do actually have a backstory to them.
hmm
They actually mean something. Some of them are just because I have the song, like the song, but a lot of them are love stories, and some of them are our stories. So what we've decided to do is do a playlist on backstories, and what we're going to do is give the backstory for the video, for the music video. Um, and since people don't read the show notes, that's an inside joke. And just let you know, and then we'll put the video after it, and this will appear in our main channel. It won't
hmm
appear in the music channel. So people over on the music channel, if you want to hear the backstories, you can come on over. But what we're going to do today is tell the backstory for the backstories, or the backstories about how we started doing music videos in the first place. And I decided one day I wanted to do a kind of a slideshow, kind of like in the 80s and 90s, they would do a mixtape, and give it to your lover. And I wanted to do one, and I had done a little bit of work with uh, Microsoft Movie Maker. They don't have that anymore. At the time, they had Photo, and they're trying to get rid of that now, which is the replacement. So I did a video slideshow with Pretty Woman as the background song.
hmm
And I noticed that they have text that you could insert. So I put some text on some of the pictures as
hmm
it went by, and that when I completed it, I said, really, I could have put the lyrics,
Yeah.
So I began thinking about doing videos with lyrics, and they're out there. People do music videos with lyrics, but that's all they do. They just put up a plain screen and they put the lyrics up there, and might be a whole paragraph of them where I'm putting up with a story, either with clips that are supporting the actual lyric, or kind of a little story built around a couple of lyrics in the song, and they're timed out to when they're sung. And you did a few videos, didn't you?
Yeah, I did our house, which was, pictures of the cats and tried to kind of line up some of the lyrics were like, such a cozy room, and it's a picture of the cats laying on the comfy blanket on the bed and stuff like that. And then I did one, um, He's So Fine, which
Yes,
was
yeah, for me.
for you, the
Yeah.
pictures of you, and then I did one for my mom,
Hmm.
which wasn't, I don't think it was the full song, but that was Wind Beneath My Wings, and that was kind of a tribute to my mom as she
Yeah.
passed away 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So I've done a few, but mine are more just pictures, and yours are videos.
Right.
You're a little more advanced than I am at it.
And once we started to develop and get better at it, I decided we had to do Mustang Sally,
Yeah.
and because we have the Mustang and we have Sally, so you know, and it was really our first big production because we went out and shot about 85% of what's in the video
Yeah.
new,
No,
and
yeah.
we've reused a lot those clips over and over again,
Mhm.
and but in that there was a scene where you're driving, and I doubled the speed just to see what it would look like, and
Mhm.
it looked exactly like the beginning of the chase to the movie Bullet. And I thought that was really
Yeah.
cool, and I went back and compared and found that what he was steering around, which is what it looks like you're steering around, was a taxi cab. And I said, "Taxi. Can we do taxi?"
Mhm.
And I looked at it, I said, "Oh man, it's like 7 minutes long, and it's,
Mhm.
you know." And I had some ideas, but there was one section of the song where I don't really know, wild man wizard, hiding in me,
Yeah, we can't
illuminating my
find
mind.
something to line up with that.
How am I gonna do that? And first I cut it out, but then I figured out we could lip sync.
Mhm.
We had done one lip sync before, and lip sync can be a real bear
Mhm.
if you're trying to do it with this cheap software, free software that we're using now. But we did. It came out great. We put it out. People who are fans of Harry Chafin requested that we do Taxi and Sequel
Mhm.
together. So that's interesting because whenever you do a second song, that makes the lip syncing much more complex, keeping it on point. And but we did. If you check that out, that is our premiere video. It's 13 minutes long. It'll never be equaled, and we shot almost like 90% of that, and that was harrowing. I mean,
Well, that was, yeah, and I didn't realize, like, because I didn't really know the song, and I had, my lines that I had to say when I got in the back seat of the car, and you wanted it to be, consecutive. No, no, we can't just stop and do one part over. It has to all
yeah.
be done, and not, we can't stop and reshoot. So I got a little bit frustrated by like the fifth time, and I think there was one line where I was supposed to look kind of ticked off, and by then I did.
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
need to act that.
Yeah, well, somebody complained about, well, she wasn't wearing a gown and it wasn't drenched, and you didn't drop her off at a mansion. Well, that's true.
Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
doing the best we can
do
with
the
what
best
we
we can,
have,
but boy,
really.
not being happy about, getting drenched in the rain and stuff like that. By the time we were done shooting it, and when she was getting out of the car, he says, you're going to be unhappy by the time we do this because this part from you getting in the car till when I'm driving, there's no cutaway. Everything has to be perfect. There's no opportunity to edit, and there were a few things like that, and some of it other was easy. And you did the lip sync in that. I think that's the only thing you're at that and the Paul McCartney song
Mhm.
where you did it. You were really good. You did a really good job. It's not an easy thing, but we're lip syncing today.
Yeah,
One
tell them about that.
one of the things we learned about, learn how to lip sync and line up audio tracks perfectly. Um, we now employ in our talkie videos. We do not record sound on the camera. We record sound on a separate device, and then I merge the two together.
Mhm.
And it's a little easier with this because once you line it up, it stays lined up. Where if you're cutting away the different scenes and then you're coming back and doing multiple lip syncs, that can be tough. This is a little bit easier once we get it
Well, what
lined
had
up.
happened is we had the mics plugged directly into the phone, and there were a few times where the audio was off, where there was a little delay, and you can't fix that. So that's why you decided to tape it, separately and line it up so that way, because you do a whole video and you don't know until you're going to watch it, and then you have to either do it again or scrap it because you can't
You'll
really
throw
put it
away a
can't
50,
put it out like that.
yeah, a 15-minute talking video that
Yeah,
is
when
not synced up,
it's not synced up with the audio,
and there's
so
no way to fix it. But
yeah.
with this, I can fix it. The other thing is with this, we can also do a voiceover. So if we want to insert a picture of something and keep
Mhm.
talking, we can do that with this because we just do the whole audio while we're shooting it, but
Mhm.
not on the same device. So that's it. If you want to know the backstories of our music videos, check it out. There's going to be a playlist for it, and we'll take them one at a time. And me and Tammy will sit down for a minute and tell you the backstory.
Mhm.
Okay. God bless. We love you. Take care. Thanks for watching. Well, you say that, Pat.
Mhm. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.